We're back again. This is going to be an interesting one. How to get a council house. Let's get into it, fam.
There are 5 million homes in Britain provided at reduced rent through local councils.
Oh, if you heard that sound, that chick whatever sound, that's because I'm on TikTok now, innit? So go check out man's TikTok, obviously JY's TV.
This is a first floor, 2-bedroom flat. It's in need of some decoration.
But 4.5 million people are on the waiting list for somewhere to live. Now the government is shaking up the benefit system, making the competition even more fierce.
In the 100 bedders, I'd be placed 81 to 85, so I'd need 80 people to refuse that profit before I'd have a chance of getting it.
These people all want a home.
No chance, blood. Imagine going out on a date with a girl and she's like, yeah, I've still got 81 to 85 more guys to go on a date with and I'm going to choose one of you guys. Blood, the chances of you getting that girl are slim to none.
But which of them needs it the most?
Obviously, I'm in full-time education and I've been told previously that doesn't count.
It doesn't, no.
We went online the other week and there was not one single flat.
There must be somewhere.
There's nowhere, Dad.
I'm not being funny, but foreigners seem to get houses like that.
These fucking Right, obviously you lot know man work up in Northampton and that, and they are just so ignorant to foreigners. They are so ignorant to migrants and that. Like, it pisses me off, blood. I'm not saying they're racist, but they're definitely ignorant in that. I'll ask them, so what are your neighbours like, innit? And they will say, well, them next door, they don't even speak English. Who gives a fuck, blood? Who cares what language anyone speaks? As long as they're not a nuisance, I don't give a fuck what language my neighbours speak. Shut the fuck up, blood. I don't want to hear you. Because you lot won't hear me. So I don't want to hear you. They're just... I went to some woman's house the other day and she was like, yeah, the neighbours across, I think they're like... I think they're like Polish or whatever they call themselves. I'm thinking, blood, what you're telling me is you don't like foreign people. You know they're fucking Polish. What do you mean? I think they're Polish or whatever they call themselves, innit, yeah? You're trying to... You know what I'm trying to say, innit, yeah? Like, you're trying to degrade them on Sly. Well, it's blatant to me. These people, man, they're just racist, blood. Fam, it's nice to have people of different cultures and that. In Edmonton, got Turkish neighbours, got people from Sri Lanka, obviously got fellow Jamaicans and that, got white English people. You know what I'm saying? Got people from Pakistan. Who else? Obviously, you got the Africans there, Ghanaians, Nigerians. We got everything. We got everything in Edmonton. I remember one time I was on my motorbike and I pulled up to the lights in Edmonton. And these white guys, they were young, like mid-20s and that. I'm on my bike and they're like, there's all sorts around here, innit? And I thought, they're probably from Essex or fucking Hertfordshire, fucking racist pussy holes, blood. What do you mean there's all sorts around it? So what? So what? If you don't like it, fuck off, blood.
Every Wednesday at midnight,
Piss me off, blood.
Manchester's vacancies are listed online.
These fucking people in Northampton, yeah, they say, Northampton's a shithole. Northampton's a shithole. Not because, obviously, there's stabbings and that now. When you're in an all-white area and foreign people start coming over and start invading the area, start taking over the area, like they say, it's just a bunch of Romanian shops nowadays and that. Now the area is a shithole. As soon as foreign people come to an area, that area becomes a shithole and white people want to bust out, blood. Gets on my fucking nerves.
So we bid now quick.
We put a bid on fast.
So we can try and beat everybody.
Applications come in every other second, but only a few of those applying will get a new home.
You don't get much more desperate than squashing in your mother's house with a newborn baby on the way. I can't see any other situation that'd be classed as more desperate than that.
17-year-old Millie is expecting her first baby.
Sounds so squishy, doesn't it?
She and boyfriend Ash have suddenly found themselves in need of a family home.
How did you two meet?
In Cornwall at a friend's house. Got together in June and found out I was pregnant in August.
Pretty soon, really.
Yeah, I was happy though.
When they found out Millie was pregnant, they applied for a council house. But they still haven't got one, and their baby's almost due. They've set up home in Ash's mum's house,
I can smell incense sticks.
with Ash's mum, sister, and 2 brothers. But there's only one place for Ash and Millie to sleep: the sofas in the lounge.
To think that a baby kind of the size is in my belly right now. It seems weird. All we've got is the Moses basket, that's the big thing we've got. But I can't really get a cot or nothing yet until we get the place. I think that the hospital bag is going to be coming back here, because I don't think anything's going to be sorted out by the time baby comes. Get out.
So when the baby comes, because they probably ain't gonna get no place until the baby comes, that means they're gonna have the mum, and yeah, I think there was a sister and 2 brothers and that. So there's like 4 plus 2. There's like 6 people in the house to 1 fucking shower, blood. Plus a newborn baby, 7.
That's my unborn grandchild. So I won't see them on the street when I can provide a roof, but it's not practical for me with the kids. I mean, I don't know what the criteria is, but I mean, you don't get much more desperate than having, you know, all squashing in your mother's house with a newborn baby on the way. I can't see any other situation that'd be classed as more desperate than that.
The system that decides who gets offered a home is run from the 6th floor of this building.
Good morning, Northwood Housing. Steve speaking. How can I help? You're not going to get offered 2-bedroom houses or 2-bedroom flats by us. I've spoken to housing officers who've been doing the job a long time, and they said that, you know, as little as maybe 6 or 7 years ago, you could go into one of the local housing offices and there would be keys on the wall, and people would literally go into the office and say, oh, I fancy moving, what have you got available?
2-bedroom. 2-bedroom.
Yeah, that is the realest truth. I don't know when this was filmed, but let's say like early 2000s and that. Definitely before that, in the 90s, it was so easy to just get a council house. Too easy. Like, they were giving out. I remember I spoke to a guy. He's like, well, he actually died, one of the tenants. Basically, before he passed away, obviously, I went to his house and I tested his property and that. He said that, yeah, they gave him a 3-bed council house and he was on his own. And he didn't lie about it or anything like that. But this was like back in the 80s or whatever. My man got a 3-bed council house just on his own. They were giving out council houses like nothing back then. Yeah, but now it's a lot difficult. They will have a fucking family of 5 in a 1-bed flat. I've seen it. Man, do this job day in, day out. I see a family of 5 in a 1-bed house. There was these 2 girls one time. They were 12 and 13. They were in the bedroom of the 1-bed flat. So a 12 and 13-year-old girl in the bedroom of the 1-bed flat. Pure mold and blackness all over the fucking wall. Looked like fucking soot, looked like a fucking fire had gone off in that room. And then the mum and the dad and the 10-year-old were sharing in the fucking living room. Crazy. And then on the same estate, I didn't test it within the same week or so, but like within a 4-month period and that, there was an older couple. These people are big people, like 65, pushing 70. They were living in a 4 or 5-bed house on their own. Yeah? They're 65, 70 years old. They're probably struggling to get up the stairs. They're in a 4 or 5-bed house on their own. All of the rooms, the spare rooms, them, because their kids are big people, like 45, 50 years old. All of the rooms, them, full of junk, old vinyl records, and fucking golf clubs and that. And you got families that fucking need it. Dumb.
But now you're talking of thousands and thousands and thousands of applicants.
I need an house and living between sisters, it's not easy.
Nearly 20,000 people looking for a council
property in Manchester.
I don't care where I go as long as I get somewhere.
I want a house.
The demand is increasing. There just aren't enough properties out there for the amount of people that are on the list.
There are 67,000 social housing properties in Manchester, but only about 80 become available each week. Homes soon to be advertised include an 8th floor flat with views across local parkland, an immaculately presented bungalow, and this 2-bedroom family home with garden in need of internal updating. There are more than 19,000 people in Manchester on the waiting list for properties like these. Recent additions to the queue are young parents Damien and Sarah and their 4-year-old daughter Lily. They want a council home for their family because they're struggling with the cost of private rent.
You'll probably get people that look at this and go, well, you shouldn't have a child then if you couldn't afford it. That's what you'll get. But the day I found out I was pregnant and the day I had Lily was the day that I thought, right, I am never going to depend on people. I'm never going to be sat here on benefits my whole life. I'm not going to do it. And I went to college straight away as soon as possible. I applied straight away.
23-year-old Sarah is studying for a degree.
Yeah, that's good, that's good. Got to put some respect on that still. A lot of chicks, they'll just think, fuck it, the state will pay for me and my child.
In social work. And Damien can't find a job.
It makes me, how can I put it?
A bit of a spare part. You feel a bit useless sometimes.
Yeah, because I'm sat there and obviously the man should be out, going out and, you know, providing, and, you know, it's hard.
But you make up for it because you pick Lily up from school every day and he does all the things that have to be done in the house. I come home and the house will be clean and my tea will be cooked. So it's like we swap roles.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. She's taking on the role of the man and he's taking on the role of the woman. The man should be out fucking working. The woman should be at home cleaning and tidying, cooking dinner and that. Instead, he's at home cleaning and tidying and cooking dinner while she goes out and goes to work and studies.
we swap roles.
I don't think that could have been Mother Bear calling me, he said to himself. It must have been...
The family's main income is Sarah's student grant. Their rent is £575 a month, leaving them only £100 a week to pay the bills and eat.
I've never got in rent arrears, I've always paid my rent, but that's struggling with everything. And when I'm in debt, don't get me wrong, I pay it back as soon as I've got that money in my account, but that doesn't stop the bleeding 100 red letters coming.
You know, we don't want to get to the stage where...
We're getting evicted. I don't think we're really asking a lot, to be fair. I understand social housing is really difficult to get. There's not enough of it and there's a lot of people that want it. I totally get that. But I think we are working hard. We don't expect someone to give us anything. We don't. All we want is a home, what we can feel safe in and we can feel like this is Lily's place to grow up.
Just taking the dog for a walk.
Ash and Millie have been looking for a place to make their family home for 5 months.
I always say, oh, all we need is a house, all we need is a house. I always say that.
They'll just think it's out of order, the way they've got to wait so long for a house.
My little dumpling, aren't you?
They're only young and they've got a baby on the way and everything. It's disgraceful. I'm not being funny, but foreigners seem to...
Wait, what's disgraceful? That they need a council house or they are young and have a baby on the way? Yeah? Let's dissect that, yeah? Let's have a think about that. What's disgraceful? They're young and they need a council house or they got a baby on the way. What are you talking about, blood? It's disgraceful, fam. Yeah, it's disgraceful that they're fucking young and got a baby on the way instead of preparing and making good preparations and that and making sure they're in a position to have a child instead of just getting breed up.
Get houses like that. 2 houses came empty round here a few months back and then I was walking up the road a couple of days later and there was foreign people living there. I mean, I don't mind them living in this country, do you know what I mean? But it's just when there's not enough for our own citizens, then I think it's a bit wrong.
Oh, I don't think I can get up this hill.
Yeah, but what this woman doesn't realise is our own citizens have had better opportunities than the foreign people and that. Some of these foreign people come from some fucked up countries and that. There are so many opportunities in this country for us to make something of ourselves that these foreign people don't have. So you know what? If they come over and they get some freebies and that, and it might be a bit easier for them, blood, they didn't have it as easy in their country. Yeah, we got it easier. We shouldn't even need any government handouts and that. The fuck, blood? We should be living at our parents' house, saving money, and then going and buying our own property, or at least being able to private rent and that. Don't be talking about foreign people who got it easier and that, blood, when we've got it easy ultimately.
Yeah.
You get lots of arguments with people saying, oh, you can give it to a foreigner or someone that's not from this country. And I'll say, everybody's treated exactly the same. It all goes off your entitlement.
Stop!
Don't take him.
People are always going to argue, they should have this, they should have...
Exactly, it goes off entitlement and that. And you think about it this way. Why would the UK government want to treat foreigners better? It's because the reason why these people think that, oh, foreigners have it easier, foreigners are more entitled than that, is because they don't like foreigners. So if foreigners get some sort of benefit or some better treatment in their eyes, they see it as, oh, they've been treated better and that. It's because they don't like foreigners. So they're just looking for any excuse to say something bad about a fucking foreigner, blood. They don't know that these foreigners might have been in some temporary accommodation for 4 years. That's the thing. There might be 2 council houses that are available on whatever street, and they don't, and then some foreign people move into them. They don't know those foreign people might have been living in some mad fucking temporary accommodation for 4 years, blood. In a fucking hotel for 4 years, blood. Fuck, man. But they just, because they don't like foreign people, they just see us, they're coming and taking all the council houses. But you don't know what kind of mad conditions they was living in beforehand, blood. But they won't say that about an English person, though, innit? Dumb.
Of that, at the end of the day, there is a system in place, and you get your offer because of your circumstances, whether you've been born in this country, whether you've come into this country.
Who do you think that it should get?
And that's coming from a white man's mouth. Yeah, who works in the system. That's what I'm saying, blood. These people, they're just racist, blood. They're just looking for any excuse to badmouth foreigners. If someone said, do you want to send all the foreigners home? These people will say, yeah, why not?
Social housing.
Homeless British people, people that need it, especially young teenagers that are pregnant.
Well, then don't get pregnant. It's as simple as that.
A minute, our lives are on hold while we're looking for the place. Just for example, say I want to go out and look for a job. We don't know what area we're going to be settled down in, so if I was to get a job in one area and then suddenly get offered a place in an area that's 10 to 15 miles away, then obviously can't do that job no more, so it'll be a waste of time applying for it in the first place. Need a big...
No, what? This guy's... See, man. This guy is a fucking waste, man, blood. He's just using it as an excuse to not get a fucking job, blood. Blood, get the fucking job. You don't know where you're going to be housed. You may be housed 2 streets away from your mum's yard. You might be housed 3 miles away from your mum's house. You don't know. So you know what? Get the job now and work it out afterwards. Don't sit down for fucking a whole year and think, you know what, I'm not going to get a job because once I get a job, I don't know if I'm going to have to leave that job. But you don't know what your situation's going to be. What you know is you need a job now, so get a fucking job now, blood. Why the fuck are you... All the excuses on planet Earth not to fucking get up and do something with his life, blood. Fucking waste, man. Fucking waste, man, blood.
Base really before you can start on with your life, and once you've got your fortification and you got your base,
once you've got a job, you know you are allowed to leave. You know, this is not a lifetime contract where, you know, if you leave they're gonna cut your foot off or whatever, or you can't get a job elsewhere. Fucking waste, man, blood. These people, when you see them in a bad position and that, and they don't have the things they want and they complain, do not feel sorry for them, blood. And a lot of people have this sort of mindset. I'm not saying this specific scenario where he's like, oh, well, what's the point of getting a job? But what I'm saying is a lot of people have that sort of mindset. Whatever sort of situation, oh, what's the point? Oh, what's the point? Oh, what's the point, blood? Blood, the point is you're going to have a fucking child, blood. That's the fucking point, blood. Just laziness, blood.
Then you can carry on and expanding with everything else then.
The government have come up with a plan to free up...
I would never be friends with a fucking idiot like that, blood. Never. Never. Never.
More space for families. But it means more than 500,000 people giving up their homes.
Obviously, what I will advise you, if you don't pay, then legal action will be
Fucking jackass.
sought against you.
That's what I said.
But then you're going to end up with nowhere to live.
That's not my fault, it's the government's fault, isn't it?
See what I mean? Do you see what I mean? It's not my fault, it's the government's fault. This is what I'm saying, yeah. When I talk in them videos and that, and I'm saying these people, yeah, whatever colour skin, doesn't matter, need to stop relying on higher powers to fix their problems. Stop relying on the government, stop relying on your local council, stop relying on God to fix your problem. You as a man and a woman have to look in the mirror and say to yourself and realise and understand the only person who is going to fix and better my situation is me, blood. Not no government, not no council, not no God, not no higher power, not no divine being that's invisible in the sky or in the universe, blood. You got to fix your problems yourself, blood. I don't rely on nobody but myself to solve my problems, blood. I don't rely on no one else. Obviously, now and then you might need a little bit of help at that. We're human beings, innit? What I'm saying is, 99.9% of the time, I'm in charge of my life. I'm in charge of fixing my situation, blood. Man, not rely on nobody, blood. I'm a self-sufficient, self-made man. Man got 3 fucking properties. No one gave me a penny, blood. Obviously, man had to take on debt, and obviously you get advances from the banks and that or whatever. But no one gave me a penny for nothing, fam. Man bought everything myself, blood. Literally a self-made man. Don't listen to these people that say, oh, there's no such thing as a self-made man. Everyone needs help. Blood, certain people will listen to that and think, well, I'm never going to be able to get to any sort of stage until I get help. Nah, blood, there is such thing as a self-made man. You're looking at one right now, blood.
Hi, it's Lisa Jenkinson from Northward Housing.
Hi.
Hello, I'm from Northward Housing. I'm here to talk to you about the bedroom tax, the under-occupancy rules.
I know the inside of that house is dirty. Look at where that light switch is below the woman's chin. Look at the wall around it. Look how filthy that fucking house is, blood. I could just imagine what the kitchen and the bathroom is like, blood.
This is the Moston Miners Estate in North Manchester.
Oh, I thought that was Doc Muck.
No, you know what? That is one thing. Yeah, you know, like some people can say, oh, I don't mind this, I don't mind that. That's one thing. There's nobody on planet Earth that enjoys stepping in dog shit, blood. Yeah? There's certain things in this world that's guaranteed. You're gonna die, you're gonna have to pay taxes. I can guarantee you will not enjoy stepping in dog shit. And I can guarantee you there's one set of people that nobody likes, yeah? People can argue and say, oh, you know, some people don't like the police and that, and some people do like the police. Firemen and that, everyone likes firemen, everyone likes ambulance. There's one set of people on the streets of that nobody likes, and that's fucking parking ticket inspectors, blood, yeah? Crazy, blood.
Housing officer Lisa Jenkinson is trying to get tenants to face up to a very stark choice.
I'm glad they're not in.
If you have a spare bedroom and you're on benefits, you have 2 options.
Are you coming down?
Give it up or pay bedroom tax, blood.
And I'll talk to you there.
Pay a weekly penalty or give up your home.
You're going to receive a reduction in your housing benefit of £18.35. What we're doing is we're asking you, what is your intention? Do you intend to stay and pay?
I'm not going to fight it because these houses were hard to let when I moved in here.
It's up to you what you intend to do, but obviously what I will advise you, if you don't pay, then legal action will be sought against you.
That's what I said.
But then you're going to end up with nowhere to live.
That's not my fault, it's the government's fault, isn't it?
I've been doing housing work for 24 years, so there's not much that really phases me now. Most people respect what you're doing, so I think you've just got to look at it that way. But no, I don't get intimidated easily. Hello, I'm Lisa from Northwards.
Nearly a quarter of Manchester's social housing properties are not full to capacity.
Are you staying and paying? Do you want to downsize? Do you want some budgeting advice? Do you want a leaflet on getting a job?
The government hopes the
You think anyone could stand outside my yard and tell me, do you want a leaflet on getting a job, blood?
substantial penalty will free up space for families by encouraging under-occupiers to move.
You're going to have to start paying £19.12 to stay living here.
No.
What are you going to do?
Just have a go with it because I don't want to lose my house. I've lived here all.
I know you have, I know.
Time.
So you know that you're going to have a shortfall in your housing benefit of £9.25 per week?
Yes.
So what is your intention? Do you intend to stay and pay? Do you want to register for rehousing?
I was hoping to move to a single bed flat, but at the moment there's hardly any in Manchester at all.
No.
Oh, no. They will find you one. If you're living in a property that is quote-unquote too big for you in the eyes of the council and that, they will move you to a smaller property so that one can become free for someone who needs it. Yeah, don't be thinking, oh yeah, there ain't property, but there's properties out there, innit? Yeah, they can do swaps as well. Remember, there's mutual exchanges as well. These people be coming up with all these excuses, blood.
Now live in a high-rise, 9th floor. Been here for 5 years. I'm currently classed as disabled. I have a serious heart condition, which means I cannot work.
Alan used to be a fishmonger. He lives alone in a 2-bedroom flat and gets disability benefit of £100 a week.
Well, at the moment, I'm surviving just about keeping my head above water, which means I keep my electricity to the minimum. I don't have heating on. Rather than have a fire on, I'll use a duvet and a hot water bottle.
In 2 months, Alan will have to pay £9.25 a week to keep his spare room. He's...
Ooh, hole in the fucking wallet. Breaking the bank, blood. Blood, there's nothing in it. The fuck, blood?
joined the housing waiting list in the hope.
To be fair, I'm no one to talk though. Look at my room. That's my living room there. Obviously, that Jamaican flag is on the door, innit? Yeah, I got an empty room and that. But I own this house, yeah? I'm not taking away nothing from no one that needs it, yeah?
Of finding a smaller home.
I'm looking for a single bedroom flat which is within 5 to 7 miles of this location. So this is the website. Press continue and then...
Why? You don't work, you ain't got no friends. Why the fuck do you care about the location, blood?
It'll just look for homes or bid for homes. And there are...
And even if people say, how do you know he ain't got no friends? Even if he does have friends, they're fucking losers anyway. Anyone that wants to be friends with this guy, you're a fucking loser, innit? Yeah, so... having loser friends and having no friends is exactly the same thing.
No homes advertised that match your size and makeup of your household. It makes me really angry because there's no availability of properties for me to go to. I'm even considering moving back to my parents' house. That's a way of saving the money from the bedroom tax.
You might as well move back to your parents' house. At least you'll have a woman in your life, innit? No woman's gonna want to be with a guy like that. He just oozes loserism.
This is the road that I was born on. I lived at number 11 till I was 15.
All right, try and sign.
Yeah, I'm coming to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bedroom tax. Everyone will be downsizing now. You know, people who were in 2 beds will want a 1 bed. So now's probably the time.
On Lisa's patch, 3,000 properties are believed to have an empty bedroom. But most occupants don't seem eager to hand over their homes.
With effect from April, you'll have an amount due week to pay of £9.06 per week out of your benefits. But on the plus side, you have got a 1% increase in your benefits.
So if we get on a lodger, right, could it be a family lodger?
Yes.
No, I'm taking lodgers or anything like that. No, with the increase, I've been looking at sort of doing a bit of part-time work, you know, just a day job, one day a week.
1 day a week. What the fuck is that doing, blood?
I'm sure Cameron's got an extra bedroom or 2.
So you want to go and stay with them?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
And just pay the lodger fee?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to ask me?
No, I'm just not paying it.
OK. A lot of people who unfortunately don't know a lot about politics think that it won't happen, that Labour will come and save the day. And it's not going to happen. The bedroom tax is here and we've just got to learn to deal with it.
going to my dad's. It's around the corner. About 700 metres or something like that.
I was going to say, no wonder he's got a heart condition. I mean, he's not that big, but he is big. He was struggling to get in that car, and that car was fucking shaking, yeah? And he's talking about he's going to his dad's house, which is 700 metres around the corner. I mean, I don't know what the doctor has said to him and that, but blood, he needs to get some fucking exercise. Maybe exercise isn't good for his heart, so I'm not going to talk on it too much.
I have to go around because with him having dementia, vascular dementia, I just basically go around to make sure that everything's okay and he's all right.
If Alan can't get a one-bedroom flat, circumstances may force him to move back in with his father, 28 years after he left home.
Hiya. This is my dad, David. This is my Uncle Roy. This is my dad. This is my Auntie Barbara, who lives with us. Hiya.
Hiya.
My dad's a carer for him. Do you want to come down?
What for?
Because I want you to come down.
What am I come down for? I've got work to do.
Go on.
Eh?
My dad's 71 and he's an obsessive cleaner. Have you hoovered?
Have what?
Have you hoovered? Do you want to
I've
come
hoovered,
hoover?
yeah.
Right. Just saying.
That place don't look clean to me, blood. I mean, what's it obsessively cleaning? His trophies or something?
About Dad, about me moving back in here.
No, you know, I'm all right.
I know you're all right, but that's not the point. The point is, I've lose my independence, and it affects you because then you've got me here using electricity and all sorts of stuff. And
I don't mind it, me. Yeah.
I know you don't mind it, but it is annoying for you.
Because Alan's aunt and uncle live in the house, there's only one room free.
This is it.
Bet the room is tiny.
This is going to be my new boudoir.
Fucking Nora. Like, that just looks like a cupboard with a window, blood.
So,
I swear he had to walk in sideways when he first entered the room.
this is what I'm going to have. I've gone from a bedroom with furniture, my own bed, TV, fridge, freezer, everything, to this.
Big 40 blood clot year old man living in a small tiny box room, blood. That room is smaller than the smallest room in my house. Crazy.
This is my future.
Yeah, you're a waste man still.
Right, I'm gonna go. See you later.
Please don't come back.
The government wants people like Alan to move, to free up more space for families like Sarah and Damien's and Ash and Millie's, who are in need of an affordable home. But just down the road, there's an ideal property that's already empty. It's a two-bedroom, first-floor, purpose-built flat. And it's been vacant for over a year. It's the home of David. But he's not there because he's living with Trisha, his ex-wife.
When I went in hospital with cancer and I came out, the ex-wife said I could live with her because she's got a downstairs toilet. And I've been here now, what, 12 months, more or less.
So has it been difficult for you this last 12 months?
It's been trying, yeah. Especially when, like, you've been living on your own, but it's this kid's dad, you know.
David's hoping to get a ground floor property. He only goes back to his own flat to collect the mail.
He loses his balance now when he walks. I've got visions of him being behind that door, falling.
I've nearly, fell down the stairs quite a few times, slipped. It's a bit too steep. Just wanted some on the flat.
People are getting houses. And we're just hoping and praying that Dave is one of the lucky ones to get one. If he isn't, then I don't know what we're going to do.
Every Wednesday, the week's vacant homes are advertised. At midnight tonight, 42 properties will become available for those on the waiting list to apply for. If David or Alan can get one of them, it will free up their own home for a family, giving Ash and Millie the chance to move out of the living room, and Sarah and Damien the hope of a place they can afford.
It's 2 minutes to 12. In a couple of minutes...
It's 1 minute too.
It's 1 minute too. In a couple of minutes it'll come on and we can start to bid for him.
The homes are about to go online, and the residents of Manchester have a week to choose which ones they'd like to be considered for.
Right, they're coming on now. Loading.
But for those who are really desperate, sometimes a few less popular properties are offered first come, first served.
And these are in now.
So we bid now quick.
We'll put a bid on fast.
So we can try and beat everybody. That one that we're bidding on first now is 29
29 bids already, yeah. And it is 6 minutes past. I couldn't sleep anyway on a Wednesday night because I'd be like, oh no, it's nearly 12 o'clock now. The houses are coming on.
Say,
so
it's always in the back of your mind, if I don't bid, then what if there is one?
In Manchester, applications for this week's council properties are flooding in.
There's over 100 bidders on that property, and if I was to bid on that property, in that 100 bidders, I'd be placed 81 to 85, so I'd need 80 people to refuse that property before I'd have a chance of getting it.
Ash has only 3 weeks to find a home before the baby is due.
I can't really be too fussy, I've just got to pick what's there, and it's got a school near there as well. Like, well, that's ages away yet when the baby gets older. But still, it's got a school.
Sarah and Damien's midnight bidding didn't get the family a first-come, first-served property. But they also bid for 2 other homes, and now they're checking where they are in the queue.
Number 46 to 50, and the one on Lightbound, which is no chance.
56 to 60 on that.
The one in Newton Heath near our daughter's school is number 56 to 60, which is red as well, so we won't get that. Every single house that we could have put a bid on this week is red.
It's just disheartening, really, isn't it? Every time you go on it and you just bid, and you come up red, red, red.
Property used to be given to those who had waited longest. But today, the system moves people up the list if they fall into a priority group.
It's what you're entitled to and what you're eligible for, not what you want or where you want. And it now has to be done this way in order for it to be transparent. We're not just giving it to this person for this reason. There are genuine reasons why someone has their priority.
In Manchester, applicants are put in one of 6 bands, depending on their situation. The highest priority band includes those with medical needs, like David. But it's still taken 7 months for the system to deliver him some good news.
Well, it says they're offering me a cottage flat. Cottage flat, yeah. That should do.
I'll be happy when he moves out. He'll be happy when he moves out as well. He's wearing a bit thin at the moment, so we're both ready to have a good break from each other.
This is the area. There's the flat over there, that one there. Ground floor. The neighbours next door, they seem a bit, how can I say it, a bit shady.
Are you going to take it?
No.
Until he finds somewhere he is
Beggars can't be choosers.
prepared to accept, David's own 2-bedroom flat will remain empty.
Fucking crazy, innit? The guy's got an empty 2-bed flat. So, hold on a minute. So, he's got an empty 2-bed flat. He's living at his ex-wife's house. And then he's driving around saying, I don't like that flat or this new place. Yeah, the neighbours seem a bit shady. I don't want to live next to them foreigners. You know, I don't want the food smell coming in my house. Well, this new one here, it's a bit too far from the shop, ain't it? Blood. Dickhead.
And it's exactly the sort of property that Sarah and Damien want.
Exactly.
Although they're struggling with their rent, their home is judged to be adequate, so they've been placed in Band 5. They're hoping their housing officer might move them to a higher band.
Hi there. Hi, if you'd just like to take a seat.
I know that you can move up a band if you're in full-time, is it training, work and voluntary work?
Yes.
Obviously I'm in full-time education and I've been told previously that that doesn't count.
It doesn't, no.
Okay.
It's working for 9 out of the last 12 months.
I can't be in full-time work
yeah.
at the moment, and I did do voluntary work, a lot of voluntary work, but I had to give it up while I was at university because I can't fit both in at the same time.
No.
So obviously that's why I don't hit them bands, but I'm still busy 7 days a week, so I'm still doing something.
Unfortunately, under the Manchester City Council policies, it needs to be employment or voluntary work. I mean, realistically, your chances are quite slim at the moment on the housing register. I mean, do keep bidding on home finder, because obviously with the welfare reform, it might be that sort of the demands on different types of properties does change.
Really, it's probably going to make it worse because the demand on 2-bed properties, that's going higher because people in 3 beds that don't need the bedroom for the bedroom tax, they're wanting 2 beds now, as well as the people that wasn't in housing already. So in our case, it's probably made it worse, hasn't it? They've had to make it so that they only let certain people with specific issues get a house, which is not what social housing was intended to be. But the reality is there isn't enough houses for everybody that needs one. There isn't, and their answer to that has been to privatise the sector even more. There's a massive amount of homes in the private sector, half of them are empty because people can't afford them. So the population's bigger, less housing because they've sold them off and they was told not to build anymore. That's just a disaster waiting to happen. I'm getting mad, mate. I'm getting mad. Oh, God.
The bedroom tax is supposed to help free up family-sized properties, but it's due to start in 4 weeks, and Alan still can't find a smaller flat.
Every week you go through this, every week you have to check it. When the flat goes off, you think, well, that's another one gone. But I suppose if you look at it from the point of view of, well, if someone who's got more points than me gets that flat, I'm further up the queue. It's a way, I suppose it's one positive of looking at it. And I bet you this is me dad. Hello? Speaking.
Alan's willingness to downsize has pushed him higher up the waiting list.
Oh, no. I think, what, 2 bedrooms? Oh, what, only 1 bedroom?
He's overtaken applicants waiting far longer to get an offer.
Oh, right, well... Oh, that'll be good, that, yeah. Yeah. I've just been offered a single-bed flat.
Alan's offer is for an 8th floor flat with just 1 bedroom. It has views over local parkland and is in good decorative order throughout. On the private market, the rent would be £100 a week, but the council are offering it to Alan at £60, and there's no bedroom tax to pay.
To be honest with you, I didn't think I'd get anything. I really didn't. I thought it's going to be a case of I'll move back to my dad's and I'm going to hate every minute of it. Even though I love my dad to bits and you know, looking after him and being there for him will be good. But I just thought, oh, God. Oh, I'm really pleased. Excellent. Oh, I'd dance, but I'd show myself up.
Hello, it's Lisa. Thank you.
But not everyone can escape the bedroom tax.
You've been working too hard?
Steve said that last night.
Yeah, and she's tired.
He says, I just see you now, just float in and float out. He said, and you're always depressed. And I said, because you're no longer doing anything good. You are doing good, but you're not doing good because everyone who you knock on, you're giving them bad news. I mean, we've just met a family there, lost his job
benefits are messed up. Wife's going to lose DLA.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly. And the bedroom tax. Just what else? What other bad news could I possibly think to give them?
Every year, the council receives 7,000 new housing applications. Each family have their own reasons for wanting a home. Yemisi works at the Citizens Advice Bureau. She's already been given the kind of 3-bedroom council home that everyone wants. She shares it with her children, 8-year-old Richard and 6-year-old Karen.
I like the house. It's very adequate for my family needs. I've got a room for myself, I've got a room for my daughter, and the other room for my son. Somewhere where they can feel like they can do their own thing, really.
The family have lived here for 6 years, but have been desperate to move out since they moved in.
This is the book where I keep records of all the incidents that
Bad neighbours, watch.
has happened. The first thing that happened was my kitchen window was broken. There was mud splattered all over the property. My car was actually vandalized. And then I realized this series of attacks.
On the estate that I live in Northampton, no one would ever try that fucking shit. I'll batter the people. Listen, let me tell you something here right now, yeah? Every little estate, yeah, here and there, has a bad man. On this estate, I'm the fucking bad man on my estate. Trust me. I don't go around, hey, I don't committing crimes or nothing in it. But people know, yeah, there's that guy that lives at the top. I've been out so much times and get me done this and, yeah? Everyone know, people know me on this estate. They don't even know my name. They just know you're that guy at the top. He's trouble. Yeah, not because I'm a troublemaker at that, but blood, man, address situations, innit? And now get physical with people all the time. All the time. All the time. The other day, you know, you had that fucking idiot that was revving up the bike that time, and I had to put it on him halfway through the video and that. The other day, it was like Sunday, it's like 8 o'clock at night, 8:30 at night. I just hear someone revving up a bike in one of the back gardens or somewhere in it. I was like, I know it's that guy in it. So I went there and found him, and he was with some other people, some other neighbours and that. But I just stuck it on there, but shut up and just get me on a hype thing and that. I said, listen, any of you lot got a problem, come to number such and such, yeah? Anytime, yeah? Let them know, fam. Yeah, if you got a problem, if you're going to sit and ruminate about it, I didn't like the way this guy spoke to me. This is what number I live at, innit? Come. You'll be met with violence, blood. There'll be no people vandalizing and trying to... Maybe they could do some little idiot shit on Sly and that. But I will find out who it is and I will fix them, blood. It's not happening, fam. Trust me. You don't want it.
Were racially motivated attacks. This is a fireproof letterbox. Had to ask to have it fitted because there have been incidents of arson in the neighborhood, and I have had an incident whereby I found a burnt matchstick just hanging inside my letterbox. I was very terrified because I knew the implications of that. That's why I tend not to sleep deeply at night. I try to stay alert as much as I can, and I have this strategy plan that if I have to jump out of the upstairs window, I would grab my kids and have one strapped to my back and carry one on my chest and just escape from one of the upstairs window. I really decided that I really need to move out of the area.
Yeah, literally, like I say, like that would not happen to me. The people on my estate, they would be too scared to try it because they know I will mash them up and I will bruck them up if they was trying some shit like that. They would be too scared to try it, blood. I don't have no cameras at the side, the front or rear of my house. What the fuck do I need camera? I'm not afraid of anyone coming in and doing anything. See, people, I'm not saying everyone, innit, but some people that have like the Ring doorbell system and that, it's not because they've had a little incident with their neighbour and they're a bit blood, I don't have no cameras at the front or back of my house, blood. I don't need it, fam. No one's coming to my yard to try it. And you know what? Someone did come and try it one time, and I had to block them up outside the front of my yard. And they ain't been back since. And if one day they get fresh and think, no, I'm going to try it a year later, come back and I will block you up for a second time, blood. No problem, fam. Anyone come to my door, you will be met with violence, blood. Ask my neighbours, blood. Ask them. They will tell you, fam. They will let you know. Man, I'm madman, fam. I'm the coolest brother ever, innit? Don't start nothing. It won't be nothing. Because, man, I'm really about that, fam. Trust me, blood. Certain people might think, oh, just a YouTuber. No, fam. No, fam. Too active, blood. Trust me.
Yemisi can't move unless someone else does. But the shortage of homes means many people are stuck. David's flat is still empty, and his ex-wife still has him as a guest.
Tricia seems to be getting a bit disheartened. She thought I'd have moved by now. It is making it quite stressful.
David's already turned down one flat.
Oh, yeah, you look at it, I'll go get my glasses.
Today he has 2 more offers, but there's a catch.
I didn't realise if you refuse 3 properties, you may be removed.
Oh, yeah, let me just break down something about their situation and that. The reason why they broke up, remember, that was her ex-husband, yeah, so at one point they was married. The reason why they broke up is because the woman lost attraction for him. So, you just know, yeah, the fact that he can still live in the woman's house now, at the present moment of that recording and that, and she doesn't want to reconcile with him, just lets you know she has no attraction for him. Because I guarantee you, he wouldn't mind reconciling with her. He wouldn't mind moving in her house, evidently. So the fact that she's not willing to reconcile with him means that she has lost attraction for him. And it can never be regained, innit? Yeah, he acted too weak. He lost his dominance and that. She will never be interested in him.
From the band you are currently in.
Yeah.
So if you refuse these 2,
I've had it.
You've had it.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice of them, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
To make sure applicants keep moving, those in Manchester can only refuse 3 offers before being sent to the bottom of the list.
We've got to realise, you know...
Yeah, too fucking right, blood.
Like, we're not going to get the best of the best and everything we want, but we just want it to be in a decent area and something that he can manage himself.
Because of his difficulty with stairs, David needs a ground floor property. But without internet access, he relies on housing officers to find him a new home.
Well, there's stairs, so that's going to be a problem.
Yeah. If you've got...
Imagine during the winter when it's raining, wet, and a bit icy. He is fucked, blood. He is fucked, blood. Well, he's gonna have to turn that down. That's a death sentence waiting for him right there, blood.
Shopping and everything, how the hell are you going to get?
I know.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
Don't think it's right.
No, I don't think it's suitable.
These look a bit more promising.
David's second offer is a sought-after 1-bedroom bungalow at a rent of just £83 per week.
They look all right, and it seems quiet. He's got the driveway for the car, so he's not carrying shopping or anything like that, and he won't lose his balance.
Watch this idiot try and find something wrong with this property. And if he does accept it, it's only because he has to. Watch.
It's ideal.
This property is owned by an independent social landlord. David will have to go to an interview where he'll find out if he'll be given this home.
I am pleased to be able to offer you the following provisional tenancy with Northwoods Housing. And it's a cottage type flat with 1 double bedroom and 1 single bed. And the rent's £68 every week.
Ash and Millie have been waiting 6 months to get their first.
Look at them. They just look like chavs. Chavs. They just ooze brokenness. Like, there ain't a penny in sight when I look at these motherfuckers, blood. Yeah, literally. No one, see, people will say, oh, you shouldn't be judgmental, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. If someone told you these two people are doctors and lawyers, you would tell them, suck your fucking mum and stop fucking lying to me, blood. Look at them. Look at them. You should judge a book by its cover. It's what keeps you alive today. I made videos about this, blood. There's no way anyone in their right mind would look at these two and think, yeah, I believe, like, yeah, they're professional people. They earn a lot of money. They're highly educated. No. No, 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 no. They ooze trash.
Offer.
And that's their problem, yeah? They had opportunities to make something of themselves. So if they ooze trash and that's what they are, then, wait. That's their problem.
It could have been much longer, but the overcrowding in Ash's mum's house has pushed them further up the queue.
Well, I want a big kitchen. I don't want anything too tiny and claustrophobic kind of thing.
With carpet as well, we need a carpet. But I'm just hoping it's already done and it looks nice. Is that it?
That one.
She's hoping that there's carpet because they ain't got no money to carpet the place. Why would you hope that the carpet's already done? The carpet's probably going to be dirty. You're probably going to have people that have walked trainers in the house with them dirty dog and that. But these lot, I know they do not take off their trainers in their house. I know for a fact, blood. I go to some of these people's houses and that, and I say to them, do you want me to put on shoe covers? And they say, what? I say, do you want me to put on shoe covers to protect my feet? No, this ain't Buckingham Palace. We're not posh. That's what they say. We're not posh, you know. Blood, taking off your shoes doesn't make you posh, blood. Just cleanliness and hygiene, blood.
They're about to have their first viewing of a property. Will this be the place to bring up their baby?
Hello.
Hello.
Come on in.
You alright?
How pregnant are you?
I've only got 9 days left.
9 days left.
The property Ash and Millie are being offered is a 2-bedroom first-floor flat. It has access to a garden, but is in need of some cosmetic.
Oh, shit. The volume was muted. That's how I know that chick there is in the leadership position in that relationship. It should be the man that's knocking the door. It should be the man that's walking in first. It should be the man that's going up the stairs first and leading. Not the fucking woman, blood. See, just little things like that, you know. Little things like that. When I go into a restaurant and that, I do the fucking talking. I tell them, yeah, table for 2. And furthermore, I want the table over there. Yeah? I hardly just allow the people to just seat me wherever they want to fucking seat me. They don't put me in some dumb place in the middle of the fucking restaurant and that, and people are walking past. Nah, I want to be in the corner. I want to be away from everybody else and that, yeah? When I go into a restaurant, I'm doing the fucking talking. My girl will be quiet and follow my fucking lead, blood. None of this. I see it all the time, blood. I'll be in a restaurant and the girl will come in with the guy. This fucking skinny ass dickhead is just standing there like some little dweeb. And the woman's doing the talking. Yeah, can I have a table for 2? And she's doing all the talking and that. Nah, my girl keeps her mouth fucking shut. She follows my lead. I told the waiter or the waitress, I want to sit over there, please. Yeah? And hopefully, usually I get my wishes granted, innit?
Work. To buy a property like this would cost Ash and Millie up to $70,000, but the council are offering
I can afford it easily.
a lifetime tenancy at £68 a week.
Feel free, have a look round.
Thank
See
you.
what you think.
What is that supposed to be?
That's the flue from the old fireplace that doesn't need to be filled in. It's not about us as housing staff trying to act like an estate agent. It's, you know, and try and win people over. It's had new windows fitted, double glazed windows fitted throughout. Either it clicks or it doesn't.
So this is a bedroom.
If you were betting?
If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I can be quite convincing to people. This will obviously be baby's bedroom. Yeah. New windows.
What are you thinking, Mel?
Thinking it needs decorating. Really bad. I'm really fussy. Oh, it's really bad, isn't it?
She's not fussy. She's not fussy. People think they have standards. You have no standards. Just look at your life, blood. You're not fussy. You have no standards. Just look at your life, blood.
It's better than no home there, isn't it? It's better than sleeping on the sofa.
So what are you thinking, Ash?
It's a nice big property, it's got good space. It needs better work on it with decorating and stuff, but it's nothing that I can't sort out.
Can't believe you've done it.
Huh?
You've actually got a place. I'm excited now. I've seen it. Yeah.
If this property is one that you're prepared to accept, then you're good to go. We can go back to the housing office now, we can sign for it, and you'll be given your tenancy agreement. Number of things I need to go through in terms of your new property. As a couple, you'll be sharing the one bedroom, so as it stands at the minute, you've got one bedroom that's under-occupied.
Oh, my days.
That's how the bedroom tax works.
As the situation stands at the minute, because the baby's not arrived and it's before the baby's due date,
We have to pay bedroom
we'll
tax.
have to pay bedroom tax at the minute because the room is...
Okay, so you have to pay bedroom tax for what, 2 weeks or 4 weeks? Oh, I'm sorry, you have to pay £9 extra a week for the next 4 to 8 weeks. This is what I'm saying, blood. When you're super broke, these things matter. Like, if the people them were working and they had a good bit of money coming in and that, they'll be like, all right, cool. We have to pay the extra £9 for the next, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks and that. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? You wouldn't even...
This is under-occupied until the baby's actually here.
But it's only 8 days anyways.
Okay then, guys, there's your tenancy agreement, and there are the keys to your property.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, you're very welcome, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm over the moon that I finally got somewhere sorted out.
I had to pause the video. Fucking Jehovah's Witness at my door, blood.
Feeling to have.
Yeah. Finally.
Next step's going to hospital and getting this little one out.
Oh.
David's finally found a place he thinks would suit him. Today, he's hoping he'll be given the keys.
Well, I had a quick sniff of it the other day, and it looks ideal.
But first, he has to have an interview.
Mr. Pollard?
Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Vicky.
Nice to meet you.
Would you like to come through?
Yes, certainly.
Come on in. You're here today because you've bid on a property.
Yeah.
The bungalow itself, you have the medical need for a bungalow?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's my legs. I'm unsteady on my legs and my feet. I'm terrible at the moment because I've had the chemotherapy.
Right.
I've had cancer.
Oh, right, okay. So physical disabilities we're saying yes to. Adaptations, what would be ideal for you? Downstairs WC?
Yeah, downstairs.
Walk-in shower?
Walk-in shower. Yeah.
Well, the property that you bid on has got all of those. I won't keep you a second, then I'll take these copies, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's looking quite possible. Not very hopeful.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
It's all right.
Okay. What we've done, obviously, the bungalow that you've bid on, we get a shortlist from that, and obviously we bring in about 6 people off that shortlist. I can tell you that you've got 4 people in front of you.
Although David has been in Band 1 for nearly a year, there are 4 other people in the same band who want the bungalow, and they get priority because they've waited for longer than him.
In the ideal world, you know, I'd bring 6 people in and I'd have 6 bungalows lined up ready, but it just doesn't work like that, unfortunately, because there's a lot of people out there that do need rehousing. I mean, they're not adequately housed at the moment. He isn't adequately housed, but there's not a lot of properties out there that we can adequately house people in.
When she said there was another 4 people in front of me, I thought, oh, wait till I tell her. He's not going to like it. Not going to like it at all.
You think you get in there and then all of a sudden you get smacked in the face again. So you're back to square one, but there's no point in crying over spilt milk, is there? You know, it's life. You just got to carry on. We'll get there one day, but what day, I don't know.
On the 1st of April, the bedroom tax arrived. The housing rules changed and the government stopped paying for spare bedrooms.
Obviously, it's changed now, so because we're not going to let anyone under-occupy unless they are working, because she won't qualify for the bedroom tax. So as long as she...
I've come for some advice about downsizing. I'm in a parlour-type house, and I know they're crying out for these houses.
I'm having to go through queues here of 100 people because they don't want to, unintentionally put people in debt because they're having to pay for those bedrooms.
I wouldn't move if they give me a crap house, but if it was a nice house, I'd still like a 3-bedroomed house.
A lot of people now, obviously, because they're in a situation where they can't afford to pay the extra rent themselves, we're now getting an increase of people who are wanting 1-bedroom flats because they're under-occupying a current 3-bedroom or 2-bedroom property.
And are there enough of them to go around?
No.
Karen, you want to hold my hand so the breeze doesn't blow you away. Whoa!
After 2 years searching, Yomisi has found a property that looks perfect. It's a 3-bedroom house with garden in a popular area. To buy it would cost around £100,000, but the council rent is a more affordable £80 a week.
What do you think?
I like it. And there's a little space for them to play outside here. Because I don't allow them to play on the outside part of where we presently live because it's not secure. It's a lovely environment to live as a family. It's not an area where there's lots of any sort of antisocial behavior or things like that. I would probably find it easier to sleep at night, not worrying about the dangers out there.
Yeah, in that situation, the council had needed to just rehouse them immediately. Just make them do a straight swap with a white English family, who they know they're not going to get no trouble because the attacks are racially motivated and that. That family shouldn't have been in there for more than fucking a week, blood, after them fucking racially motivated attacks were going on. Like, with the brick going through the window, that's one thing, but the fire, nah. They should have been out. They should have just been, as soon as that happened, temporary accommodation straight away, move them out, put in a white English family where they know there's going to be no trouble or whatever in here. Or move me in. I would have fucked them up, blood. Just move me in. I'd have fucked them up. That would not happen, blood. I'm telling you. Would not happen, blood. It would not happen.
Yeah.
The good news for Yomisi, she came in first place for this property. But the bad news, it appears to have been given to someone else.
For somebody else to get it, it's not really pleasing, but I'm going to ring and find out exactly why, because I'm number 1 in position for the property.
Can you remember what the property was that you bid for?
It was a 3-bed property on Derby Avenue.
Derby Avenue was a 3-bedroom house.
Yes.
Now, looking at your household, there's yourself and you've got 2 children. Now, because of their age, they can share a bedroom, so really you only need a 2-bedroom property. Obviously, after he's 10, you would then be eligible for the 3 bedrooms because we don't allow female and males to then share.
These children are growing, so if I go bidding for 2-bedroom properties now, when my son turns 10, I would need to start looking to be rehoused again and go through all the process again and...
Yeah. No, I can understand that, yeah, I can understand that, but if you're wanting 3-bedroom properties...
Well, this is what happens when you have a kid with a waste man that's not in his children's life. Yeah, you can't afford to private rent. The fuck, blood? See, if she'd picked a decent man to have a child with, those racist attacks, they probably wouldn't be happening. Because I'm telling you right now, those people that are doing all these attacks and shit, if they know there is a fucking maniac behind that door, they're not coming to that door, blood. I'm telling you, fam. I'm telling you, blood. I've met some tenants and that, and I think to myself, like, think about it now, like, yeah, if there's a door that I'm going to try it on, yeah, that's going to be the last door I'm going to want to go to. There's a fucking lunatic in that house. I met a couple tenants and that, thinking, yeah, My man's a madman, fam. You don't want it, fam. You ain't going and picking a fight with that guy. I promise you. I've met some tenants. I'm thinking, yeah, you ain't picking a fight with that guy. If it comes to you, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with it. But blood, you ain't gonna be picking no unnecessary fights. You ain't gonna be bricking up this person's yard, did it? So if she had a serious man behind that door, none of those racist attacks would occur. People are not going to want to take the chance, blood. People only pick on weak people. People only trouble people they think they can handle and they think they can take. If they don't believe they can handle you and they can take you, they're not going to try it. Yeah, unless you've done something to them first. But I promise you, I know how human beings work, blood. Yeah, they go through the path of least resistance. They're not going to try on a guy that might potentially gouge their eyes out or stab them up, blood. They're not. They're not, blood. If you have an estate and you know there's one guy on that estate, he is known to gouge people's eyes out, blood. You are not fucking with that guy, blood. But anyway, if she'd picked a man that had money and that, and a man of substance and a man of value and that, they wouldn't even be in a position where that's happening because he could afford to house them in a place that's safe, yeah? Or relocate if something happens. Things can happen anywhere. But because you get breed up by a waste man and that, and let's say, for example, the guy has died or whatever in it, yeah? There's hundreds of thousands of women that are going through that situation. So even if this situation not applied to her, imagine she was with a good man, but he died or whatever in it, yeah? And then again, why did he have no life insurance? Why did he have no properties to hand down? Yeah? Even if this woman's not in that situation because there's some unfortunate events and that there's hundreds of thousands of women that's happening to right now, and I'm talking to them, blood.
You're obviously not going to get offered a one by us. You could get rehoused into a 2-bedroom to get away from your current problems.
This is really disappointing, really, and
yeah, I can imagine it is.
It is.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
I think that's it for now, really.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the call. Have a nice day now.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's very disappointing, really, because I just don't know which way forward now.
When the bedroom tax came in, the rules on children sharing bedrooms changed. If they hadn't, Yemisi and her family would have escaped to the new home. Ash and Millie brought their new baby Ashanti back from hospital a month ago. But they're not in their new flat. They're still living with Ash's mum.
How are you finding it with a baby?
It's very easy. I've got Ash.
Are you looking forward to being in your new flat?
Kinda, but I won't have everyone around me to like keep me company and that. I'll just have Ash.
They have to pay for their own renovations, and the work is taking some time.
So how's the progress on the flat going?
Very well, as you can see. Have you seen in the front room?
I've just been putting up like a white coat of paint on the walls.
Oh yeah, and the kitchen. It's getting there.
I've gone for like a warm kind of look in this one. That's why I've like painted the walls red.
All we've got to do is get a cooker.
Have you had any luck looking for a job?
Well, at the moment, I've not really been like too concerned about looking for a job because I'm just like trying to get my home set up first. And once I've built up, once I've got my fortress kind of thing, I've built my foundation, then I can expand and then I can go on to look for further things, i.e. a job.
Sarah and Damien still spend every Wednesday night bidding in the hope that they'll get lucky, while David's 2-bedroom flat still lies empty, and Trisha's stuck with a visitor who can't leave.
You'll still be here at Christmas.
Yemisi is now considering leaving Manchester altogether. And by acting early, Alan beat the rush for 1-bedroom flats and avoided the bedroom tax.
I feel like I'm the lucky one, and dodged the bullet.
But Manchester has a policy of not housing children in high rises, so his old flat has not been let to a family. Alan's spare bedroom will remain a spare bedroom.
The person who's been allocated Alan's old flat is a single male, but because they're working, the bedroom tax won't apply. I mean, I still find it quite a frustrating topic to talk about. To me, personally, it doesn't make sense. But we're left to pick it up and deal with it. But at least somebody who's working's got a flat.
I've just been sitting there for a little bit trying to work out why Manchester Council won't house families with young children in high-rises and that. Maybe it's because they've had a few deaths from children and toddlers and that. It can't be because, oh, there's going to be a fire, there could be a fire and they can't get out in time. Because what if it's an elderly person in a high-rise? How are they going to get out in time, innit? So, yeah, just trying to work out why they're reluctant to house children in high-rise flats and that. Because think about it, if it's a 2-bed property and that, if you're going to have an adult in one room, well, who's going to be in the other room? What's the chances of having 2 siblings that are fucking 40 years old still living in a 2-bed flat together? If you're going to have a 2-bed flat, you're going to have a mum and a dad and then a child or 2. So, yeah, I don't get that.
What? Which is good.
Anyway, that's it for today. Stay wise. Don't know.